Ten-String Tavern in the wild with Tim in the wild.
In the creek.
I'm Jake in the creek with Tim in the wild. Thanks for joining us again, sir.
We're here.
In the most inconvenient podcast location in the world. Hardest to get set up. People will probably ask me, why didn't you use lapels? Well, I'm battling creek audio, so I had to get something with a little less gain.
Where else would you rather be?
So let me ask you this, Tim. I was thinking of questions to ask you when you got down here with me. Being in this field for so long, what's the latest thing you've learned about snakes, about the creatures that you film? Like, what's the last, bit of information you didn't know?
That I didn't know?
Yeah.
I'm forgetting everything I ever learned.
It's hard. You ever see, game shows where people, or, street interviews where they're name, 5, songs of your favorite band, and they have the band shirt on there just sitting there, I know them.
I forgot every song I ever heard ever. Probably just, when we went down to Florida, all of the different snakes that are found there, because I had a lot of localized to the Appalachians and Eastern United States. So I didn't have a great idea of what was down there, but I did a lot of research before I went down there to see what was I could even possibly find. So that would probably be the most recent thing.
When you went down to Florida, did you see anything of what's going on in the Everglades? Did you talk to people down there about because everything I see on social media about Everglades is the python problem and the whole pet problem in general down there?
Yeah. So while we were down there, we found several Burmese pythons, which I was shocked.
Yeah.
I didn't think, I was you see it on social media, no way.
Yeah.
And then we go out at night. We saw 2 at night and then 1 that was dead on the road the next morning. So, I mean, yeah, they're down there. They're everywhere.
And the basic problem is it's an exotic pet. People take them and then they just pretty much release them.
So there's some controversy of how they got in Everglades the first time. I think there was a breeding facility that got hit by a storm and then some got out. Some people say that people just release their pets. There's some thing, but regardless, they've really have set up shop there.
And it's not like an exotic animal, say, if you got a piranha here, kept it for a while, release it to the Ohio Valley River, it's going to die off. It's just pythons.
For sure. As soon as it gets cold, it's going to die.
Yeah, but the pythons in the Everglades, they can kind of thrive and take over
they're originally from Southeast Asia, and the climate that they're from is very similar to what's in southern Florida. So it really is perfect for them. I mean, and they have no natural predators there, so they can just, eat everything and have nothing eat them.
Yeah. I think I heard maybe an iguana or some lizard too that was an exotic pet that was getting released. And
there's it's literally every single pet that's ever anybody has is in Florida. Yeah, there's green iguanas, there's tegus, there's all kinds of geckos that have been released. There's
geckos.
A million different things. There's parrots.
Geckos is what I heard of because they said people were releasing geckos and then maybe coming back a year later, grabbing whatever kind of.
Oh yeah, people do that with chameleons. They'll put them in one neighborhood and chameleons don't move a whole lot. So they'll hang out in this one little section. So they have a breeding population come back and keep collecting.
Gotcha. So we're here, far from the Everglades.
Yeah.
I don't really want to discuss where we are. We're down in it. We are down in it in the Ohio Valley. Let me ask you this, as a guy that flips rocks, if you had to bet money, if we just started flipping rocks here, and what breed of snake, if you had to put money, would be the first one we would see around this area?
Oh, northern water snake. In the creek right here?
In the creek right here.
Definitely northern water snake.
Snake.
Absolutely. I found one 10 minutes ago when I was down there. So. Absolutely, yeah, they're everywhere.
And absolutely harmless, right?
Oh yeah. Nothing around here could cause you any harm.
Now, didn't you tell me before if something does bite you around here, it would be a northern water snake? Are they the more territorial ones? Was that the one that when we were at camp that I was watching you just go to town?
Yeah. They're not territorial, they're more defensive. They're more likely to bite in defense. Yeah. Some snakes you'll pick up and they'll just go limp and play dead. Those are more likely to bite you. There's a few around here. If you move away from the water a little bit, there's northern racers are also ones that will bite quite a bit, yeah.
I think you had a video of a racer that was crossing the road.
Yeah, and I like went up to it.
Yeah, immediately. And like, I think you told me last time that you're on here, like copperheads aren't as common as people think. And like, since you told me that, every time I see a milk snake, I'm like, okay, normally I'd freak out, but
yeah.
Go
on any Facebook page of anybody posting a snake immediately. It's a copperhead. Yeah, that's 100% a copperhead. People are so confidently wrong.
Yeah. There's like, I've seen the milk snakes where you can kind of tell immediately it's more reddish, but there is a milk snake that has that more coppery. I don't know if it's a male and female type thing, but the coloring is more toward brownish. I've seen. Maybe I haven't.
I was thinking, well, the milk snakes around here, when they get older, they do get kind of like brown color.
Okay.
So they could be similar. I mean, the copperhead has like an orange head, nearly an orange head, so you'll be able to tell. They also have those like blocky heads and the Hershey Kiss markings on their bodies.
Is the cucumber rumor true if you smell cucumbers?
I don't think it is. I've looked it up and there's been no like scientific backing to any of that. So and I've never smelled cucumbers. They do have a distinctive musk smell. If you were to pick one up, they like shoot the crap out of it.
And usually like their musk is what they would do before they would even think to bite you, right? Yeah. Right. So when you delve out of snakes in this area, what's like common around here is like salamanders?
There's a lot of salamanders around here, yeah. So the Appalachian Mountains are basically the salamander capital of the world.
Really?
There's so many salamander species that are found here, more higher density than anywhere else in the world.
Really?
Yeah. So they're extremely common.
And just all kinds of different varieties of them?
Oh yeah, there's a ton around here. If you go further south, like down into Tennessee and stuff, the density gets even like, that's literally the salamander capital of the world.
Really?
Through here, there's still a lot more than you'll find, even in other parts of like, if you go in Ohio.
Yeah. Is there, when you were traveling around, is there any like region that you've just like had better like hit rate on, like just more dense? Is there a place like when you go, what maybe,
I mean, it really depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So like in West Virginia, salamanders, super common. When I went to Pennsylvania, I found a lot of rattlesnakes, copperheads, and that kind of stuff. I mean, it really depends on like what species you're after. Would really depend where you're at for.
I did not know that about salamanders. My mom always told me that this area is a hotbed for copperheads, and if I got nipped by one, I was done. It was like pretty much getting bit by a king cobra.
Yeah.
My mom.
Won't die, but it would definitely suck.
And I think you told me before, like, if you see rat snakes and garter snakes around, that's usually a good sign there will be less copperheads, because they prove me wrong again.
What I was saying was that there'll be less mice and rats.
Okay.
There are snakes, like the milk snakes are a king snake, so they eat other snakes. So they will eat copperheads.
Okay.
So those are a good sign to have around. But like I said, there's not really that many copperheads around here. I mean, I would be impressed if someone sent me a picture of a copperhead from around here. So
yeah. And what is it one time I opened up the tarp and I swear there was like 6 snakes all coiled together. Did I interrupt some party that I shouldn't have? Like, what is that?
I mean, it depends on the time of year. They could just be basking under the same spot. It could be a good spot. The other day I found like 15 water snakes that were all laying on top of each other, and they'll like line up their cloacas next to each other and they start shaking like this. That's something you don't want to walk in on.
Oh, we can make some money off this.
I did take a video, but I don't.
I was gonna say you're in the wrong snake video production.
Yeah,
That'd be a very crazy and creepy niche, wouldn't it?
I'm sure weirdos are out there.
Did you see that? I'm sure you saw that popular video where there's a rare snake breeder and the cops came in and they like accidentally killed the mother.
Oh yeah.
I forgot to send that to you. I saw that, but that guy was ready to just fist fight everybody as soon as that broke out.
It's his pet that he was legally allowed to own, so I would be pretty mad too.
Yeah. If I had a producer.
If someone came in and killed your dog in front of you, you'd be just as mad.
A pregnant dog.
Yeah,
like
seriously.
you were, and the puppies were probably worth $2,000 a piece.
Yeah. Pretty mad.
So I want to dedicate this episode to Stubby. Your corn snake. Rest in peace, Stubby. Your corn snake recently passed away. Are you going to make a move to get a new one? Or is it Paulo just living solo now?
Paulo's living solo now. Stubby lived a good 13 years.
How is that for a corn snake?
it's on the lower end of their lifespan,
Mm.
but he did have some problems when I got him, so
Mm.
it's still a long time.
Yeah,
it's still a long time because
yeah.
they can live, I think, upwards of 25 years in captivity. So, I mean, kind of there, but
Mm-hmm. And then Apollo's a python, right?
Apollo is a ball python.
Okay.
Yep. Stubby was a corn snake. I want to get more snakes eventually. His tank is sitting empty right now, but
Yeah.
one of these days I'm going to get something else.
What would be the next one?
I'm thinking garter snakes.
Garter?
Yeah, because you can keep a few of them in a tank. Should be
Oh,
cool. Like,
okay.
I want to set up a cool display tank where you have a colony of garter snakes. It'd be cool.
There's a garter snake that lives right by us, and like living by a creek like this, mice are always a problem. So I see him every morning. I'm just like, what's up? I called him, Garter Winter. Shout out to the Columbus artist. It makes Kaylee so mad.
Garter winner.
It was first Aaron Garter, but it was bad timing because like after I named him a couple months later, that happened. So yeah, it's been Garter Winter for a long time.
Free pest control.
Free pest control. What is the best pest control snake? Is it garter?
I mean, they all do their part.
I guess they all eat.
I mean, rat snakes are literally called rat snakes.
Yeah.
They eat rats. So.
Yeah. Biggest predator of snakes around here. Who's Tim in the Wild's rival?
My biggest op. Probably people flying down the road on 7. Like, that's
Is it mongoose? Is it what? No, it's just people just flying.
No. I mean, hawks will eat them. There's all kinds of stuff. Raccoons will eat them.
Yeah. There was one I watched out my window one time in the field across. I watched this robin bouncing up and down, and this snake was just like bopping his head up and down, and they were like battling. I watched
fighting back and
I was
forth.
watching for like 2 minutes. I'm like, this is a battle that no one can really win.
Yeah.
It's just a battle of egos at that point. Do you have any future trips planned to go filming? Are you sticking around this area more to film?
I do have one trip planned right now where I'm going to drive from here and then drive until I hit the ocean. Flip rocks all the way there.
Nice.
That one's coming up. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Nice.
And I have some other stuff around here within like a 2-hour driving radius.
I can take this out. Do you have any like kids stuff? Were you going to do any kind of like the kids books or something to talk about? I'm just trying to think of stuff to add now. Cause we definitely got so many clips.
What else clips can we get? Why are we sitting in a creek? You make all your guests do this?
Okay, so if you had to put money on like the odds of you flipping rocks, if we just started, let's say if I'm hiring you as a rock flipper and I need you to cut costs to be the most efficient. I need you to produce me a snake. What's the minimum amount of rocks that you feel comfortable to flip to find one around here?
I'd probably go to a creek and I could probably put in maybe 25 rocks.
25 rocks, really?
I feel a little bit confident about that. I mean, if you're in the right spot, for sure.
Yeah. And to tell everybody that's watching this, Tim is a biologist. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to flip rocks so he doesn't disturb
what I'm doing. Heavy quotes on that.
But it is true, like, you try not to disturb. Here's something about disturbing the wilderness. What do you think of cairn statues?
Oh, those when people stack the rocks. Those are stupid, they're dumb, and don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't
Okay, you're
do
on the
it.
side. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
please. Yeah.
people try to make the argument that I'm destroying the ecosystem when I flip rocks. But the thing is, if a rock is embedded, I don't flip it. If a rock is like, if I can see a clear, like, little area under the rock.
Like, just right here on this bed, you can see that, there's shadow, you can see underneath it.
Yeah. So like right here.
Right there. Yeah.
Interstitial space right there. That's safe to flip. The rock goes up for literally like less than 30 seconds. I'll take my pictures. If it's a snake, a little bit longer than 30 seconds because I'll hold it.
Yeah.
Try to keep the habitat and stuff intact. The rock will go back less than 30 seconds. If you're flipping rocks, you're taking the habitat away and completely changing the dynamic. There's a whole world of things that go on under there. Temperatures. There's all kinds of bugs. I'm getting riled up.
No. It is so true though. So it goes along the same thing of like, flipping rocks just to flipping, it goes the same thing about making those stone cairn things. You're disrupting an ecosystem that's
right, but
been there for millennia.
If you're making the stacks, you're moving the rocks completely and changing the habitat. But when you just flip a rock and put it right back, you're not really changing anything. There'll be a micro change for like 30 seconds.
Right.
But flipping rocks is not the same as making.
Right.
Let's say that.
And then when we are talking about flipping rocks, you're not grabbing the edge, and you know what I mean.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
and the rock always goes back exactly how I found.
Yeah,
every single time.
Mm-hmm. And then, do you notice, like, this is kind of a stupid question, like, say if you see a salamander or something you release it, you probably don't go back to that rock or anything to see if it like comes back, or
I will go back to a rock if I found something. I'll wait probably at least a week.
okay.
But most times, at least nowadays, it's like months in between because I'm going so many different places.
Okay.
Before, I would flip in the same spots and stay in the same area, but I would at least wait a week.
Okay. Now,
and sometimes you'll see the same animal and people are like, you crushed that salamander, but it has the same exact markings as it did a month ago and it's doing just fine under the rock. And I'm like, yeah,
it's, so from when you started Tim in the Wild, cause as soon as, like when you were starting the flipping the rocks thing, you immediately had internet biologists telling you why you were harming everything around you.
Internet biologists, more like people sitting on their couch.
So now that we're here now, I think it's like probably 3 years after I first interviewed you, and that's, I think 2 years after you started the Tim in the Wild brand. Maybe it's like, have you learned to, do you read these comments any differently than you have in the past? Cause I know like you always like educational.
Right.
At some point, do you be like, you know what? I just can't answer these comments.
The thing is, I just try to do my best every video to do my best to advocate for all of the things that I want to advocate. And there's always going to be people that are mad about something.
Yeah.
Every little thing, someone's going to be mad about. So if I'm getting the same comment a lot about something, then I'm like, okay, maybe there's something I'm doing wrong. I'll take it as constructive criticism. But if it's one person complaining about one specific thing, then I'm like, they're just mad at the world. That's how I take it.
Yeah. And, you've had a couple copycats, like kids, like flipping rocks. Have you ever had to like message somebody like, hey buddy, like maybe not like pick up a rock and smash it back where you found it?
I mean, as long as they are advocating for the same thing. I mean, obviously like from a personal, I'm like, that sucks that somebody's copying me. But if they're also advocating, then in the grand scheme of things, it's a good thing.
Yeah, because I mean, firsthand experience growing up as like a little hillbilly in Coleraine, like it used to be like when you're kids, you see a snake, we got to find a stick to beat it. You know?
Exactly.
So if we can learn about,
there's more people out there advocating the good fight for don't kill these animals, they are needed. And then I mean, like I said, personally, I would be like, wow, that really sucks. But in the grand scheme of things, it's a positive thing. So.
Yeah. Because that's generational knowledge.
Right. They reach more people.
Yeah. So this video is going to come out, Wednesday evening, 6 p.m. Why am I pointing at the camera? They know it.
Everybody go watch.
They know it. You're watching it right now. We are in the
crib.
Yeah. You saw the thumbnail. Like, what are these two idiots doing? You're watching the video right now. Okay. So the video that's, dropping in 2 days, what's it about? You've been out there.
Friday. So I found some eggs in the middle of the woods and then I came back every single day until they hatch.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, I got around 25 days of coming back and monitoring these eggs, documenting how they change through all their little progression, and then a raccoon ate them.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Every single day I was coming back, and they were just about to hatch, maybe like 3 more days.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
Has that ever occurred to you? Have you ever like stumbled upon something like that you like eggs or something you've been watching for a while? How do you even stumble on eggs like that?
I knew that the eggs were going to be there. It was in a vernal pool, and I had been monitoring this vernal pool.
Okay, what's a vernal pool?
A vernal pool is a temporary wetland that only shows up in the spring.
Okay.
So they fill up with snow melt and rain, and then amphibians will migrate out through the woods. They'll migrate to these little tiny pools. They'll get freaky and then lay their eggs.
Okay.
But it's like a ginormous migration. Like the first spring rain where it's like during the day, it's over 50 degrees and then you have rain through the night.
Creating life.
They all
and
migrate. So I went out during this migration and then I was just watching where they laid their eggs. And then I came back and watched as the eggs. So like I kind of watched them from the point when they were hatched all the way or from the point where they were laid all the way to the point where they hatched. So this is a pretty cool video. Not all the eggs got eaten, so some of them did survive. So watch the video. You'll see that some of them survived.
When you're flipping snakes and like when you're flipping rocks to find them, is that when you would come across the nest, or are they laying eggs in a completely separate area? Or are they just kind of basking
the point that they go to the vernal pool because there's no fish, they lay them in the water.
Okay.
So their eggs are just floating in the water.
Okay.
And it gives the eggs like a nice little spot that's secluded from predators to develop and then hatch and then all of that. Yeah.
So like you're walking down a creek flipping rocks, that's a temporary spot that they're not going to be like posted up and like laying eggs. They're going to be at an actual.
There wouldn't be. I mean, some salamanders will lay their eggs under rocks.
But I mean,
the vernal pool is that's where they go. They travel a mile to the same vernal pool every single year.
Yeah, it appears.
So that area, I wouldn't flip a rock there.
Right. Because there's just a whole bunch of life happening. And, yeah. And then the rain happening when it's above 50, you're getting the bacteria and stuff. It's creating probably the stuff that they're going to feed on until they're, matured and ready to go out.
So yeah, they're pretty cool little areas. In the summer, it'll just be an indent in the ground.
Right.
And the rest of the year, you won't even tell that there's anything that ever happens there. So that's pretty cool. It's
crazy that you came in today because right now on Facebook, they are sharing a picture of a bluish green python in the Ohio River. It's
in the Ohio River.
In the Ohio River, because it's shared around like every time, like every 3 years. They're like, look out. Yeah. And it looks like a scene from the movie Anaconda, but that's what they were talking about.
Extremely real and actually there, I'm sure.
I will tell you one time, there was a kid that went to Ferry. I kid you not, 100% real. He raised an alligator in his bathtub, and his dad put it in the river when it got too big. It was up in Matthew
It probably died the first winter, but
I'm sure. Yeah.
His poor cat.
All right, buddy. I think we covered a lot of reptilian and snake. I don't even know. I'll skip that. All I know is we're down here
in the creek.
I've got hit by 2 mosquitoes already. The sun's starting to kiss this tree line soon. We're going to get more mosquitoes, some more raccoons down here. So we're going to get out, start wrapping cables and cleaning all my equipment off. I thank you for coming in.
Thanks
coming in. Coming in where?
Coming into the
Coming
woods.
in where? Coming down into here. Thank you, sir. Tim in the Wild. Follow him on all social media. Check out his new video where he's going to, so how long did you document these eggs? From the time you found them until?
The whole process was like 2 months.
Okay.
But the actual development part of it was like maybe 35 days, I think.
Okay.
So that's coming up next. And then the Florida videos after that.
After any timeline on that or just?
The Florida will be at the beginning of July.
Okay.
So.
Sounds good. Tim in the Wild, all platforms, 10th Street
Tavern.
In the Wild. Jake in the Creek, Tim in the Wild.
Yeah, let's go.